Merry meet and fare thee well. Settle in for a story with me, Astin Gaël. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be your daily collective short story for Monday, February the 23rd. I am filming these videos on Monday, February the 23rd. So, um, what is the weather like on this fine Monday where you are at? As you can see, it is quite lovely here in New Mexico. I'm not for sure where we're at Fahrenheit wise today, but I know that I don't need this long sleeve shirt on. um, all right. If you are not already following the magic shop on BlueSky, the link to do so is in the description box down below. I would absolutely love for you to give the page a follow and join in on some of the discussions. Over there, I post the daily astrological transitions and placements, as well as any sort of songs that just randomly come through my mind. And that is a thing that happens often. Additionally, if you would like to purchase a short story for yourself, the link to do so is in the description box down below. I have an option for a 3-card pool, a 5-card pool, a 30-minute video, and a one-on-one call with me, about an hour ish. It's as if we were sitting down and having a coffee together. We can co-create a short story for you. I'll bring the cards and charms, and you bring quality conversation. All right. We are doing an excerpt a day from this book until we have no more excerpts left. This book is What There Is to Love About a Man by Rachel Snyder. I picked it up at a thrift store at the beginning of my transition to celebrate masculinity and to cultivate healthy aspects of masculinity. A key tenet of my platforms. Man haters, be gone. Today we are going to be focusing on gratitude. We are grateful when a man can say, thank you. He recognizes when he has been given a gift, and he receives it with heartfelt gratitude. He has learned to say thank you in the most lovely ways. His gestures are always so welcome. He is thankful that he can wake up and greet a new day and walk out into the crisp morning air. If he can't walk, he is grateful that he can see yellow daffodils and smell the sweet fragrance of blooming lilacs. And if all he can do is sense the world around him, he is grateful for having that too. He can receive a compliment without feeling embarrassed and is grateful when someone lends him a hand. He takes nothing for granted without giving thanks and appreciates all he's been given. He still believes that Thanksgiving is more than a day to watch football, and he offers his thanks before every meal. He'll never forget just how much he's been blessed, and for that we are so very grateful. All right, well, minus the short trigger that I experienced reading about essentially prayer, prayer before every meal. That was a great passage. I really especially loved the aspect of he can receive a compliment without getting embarrassed. When a former altar of ours was doing online sex work, they made it their sole mission to send out as many compliments as they could to men. And the recipients were so confused, to say the least, and maybe embarrassed, to say the worst. But it was as if nobody had ever offered up a sincere compliment ever. Um, whether it be about their appearance or about their general nature. And I think it's even less likely for men to get complimented about our nature. If anything, that's one of the reasons I like to focus on these healthy aspects of masculinity, because more often than not, we are getting berated about our natures. Um, I spent the afternoon yesterday with a couple of writer friends of mine, both guys, and we hug at the end of our hangouts and we compliment one another on our works in progress. And there's such genuine connection. It's wholesome to see men being men. Um, and I do wish that we didn't get so much flack for it, but I digress. Let's look at the deck of plenty and see what kind of stories we can come up with about gratefulness, gratitude. Interesting. All right. One of my favorite songs, because this is Blood by In This Moment. And it's such an oxymoron, because it's somebody that's essentially thanking a person in their life that has done nothing but hurt them. Um, but that hurt has spawned a lot of growth. Um, and so they're saying, I love you for this. I love you for that. I love you. Um, in my personal opinion and observation, love is not only hate's equal opposite, um, it is more powerful than hate, but even if it comes from the same place. Um, Hatred lives in our heart space, love lives in our heart space. Um, when people give us hate and we match it with love, not necessarily love for them, but we go on loving ourselves, it overpowers the hate that is being sent out. So I'm not saying be grateful that somebody hates you today. But what I am saying is, if somebody is sending you hate, 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 just know that you continue embodying love for yourself, and that will overpower any of the hate that they are sending. And if they're sending out all of their energy, they're gonna eventually drain themselves, and you are going to be so full that, well, I'm sure you're just spilling love out all over the place. Everywhere you go, you're passing out compliments. Hell yeah, Raven, I can hear you flying today. Um, I I venture to say that that's borderline magic. Figuring out how to accept people's hate, cultivate love, and essentially suck up all of that person's energy and add to yours. that's magic. That's I suppose some could say that is alchemy, but alchemy is a lot more scientific than just absorbing somebody's hate and transforming it into self-love. Interesting. So, separate story from gratitude. Well, separate story from the gratitude for your haters. There is somebody that is realizing that they are grateful for you. Um, Now, it's a nostalgia like energy. It's a, oh shit, I am just now realizing how grateful I was to have this person in my life. And now they're not in my life. But yes, there's a storyline here about somebody sitting and looking from afar and saying, you know, wow, I'm really grateful for the time that we did spend together, even if maybe I didn't show that gratitude in the moment, and even if that time it has now expired. Ooh, I just felt a shift in my nervous system. All right. Um, there could be some ancestors about to come through. You know, passed over loved ones. There's a cardinal here on the back of this card, and cardinals specifically represent my grandmother for me, but I know that just in general they represent passed over loved ones. Okay, so we have a King of Wands. A King of Wands may be, Aries, Leo, Sag, masculine, may be looking to take a trip. This very specifically says Hawaii, but could be anywhere. Take a trip somewhere tropical. The color yellow is very significant here. You know, sun and fun, but also the solar plexus. Okay, so in my perspective, we could be talking about another type of trip, a a trip assisted by plants, in which you do not necessarily even need to leave your bedroom. I highly recommend that you do. Yeah, somebody is planning some sort of trip, a King of Wands. This is This is a trip to meet up with, to see a Page of Cups. Well, a page or a Knight of Cups. Yeah, it's a bit of a delusional energy here. Almost like does it, does anybody remember when TikTok first came about? And I mean, I guess this happens with all kinds of social media platforms, right? But people were not just doing this being, you know, the lesbian cross country U-Haul, but we're not necessarily limiting this to lesbians. After meeting somebody on TikTok, and it's like they would move in together and they would become like co-influencers. That's not the vibe that I'm getting here, but I am kind of getting this vibe of like this King of Wands either trying to get a Page or Knight of Cups, a younger water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, masculine or feminine, basically to just like up and move. You know, can you just, yeah, can you just move in with me? And it's a bit fantasy. It's a bit there's not a, like I said with the social media U-Hauls, there's not a whole lot of premeditating on this. It's just, you know, I've got a bedroom and a way to get you here, and so long as you're ready, you know, you just say the word. Um, this could be after the trip. You know, maybe they take this person on a trip and that's when they throw out the offer. What's the Page of Cups gonna say? So the Page of Cups might say, give me 5 months. Let's see, what's that from here? July, August. Give me until the summer, and I'll be ready. Yeah, it's like give me until the summer, and I'm ready to go. You know, jet set me away, daddy. Uh, okay, well, you know, congratulations to the happy couple. Uh, let's see. Is there anybody else involved in this? Is this a... I don't think there's anybody else involved. I think this is just a leap of faith for the both of them. Um, this person, the King of Wands, might be looking for not necessarily like a successor, right? We're not talking like actual royal family king here. Um, but a mentee, you know, an apprentice, somebody to, you know, pass down the empire to, so to speak. But also like somebody to help me build the empire. Um, and there's probably a little bit of romance involved. You know, there's some level of attraction here. Uh, and maybe that's the give me 5 months. Like, you know, slow your roll, Tootsie. We just got to know one another. I just met you. You know, give me some time to keep in contact with you on a fairly regular basis, and make sure that this cup runneth over. You know, I don't want a glass half empty kind of love. You know, I've been there, done that before. So give me 5 months to see if this remains consistent. Yeah. Yeah, we're not looking to hit it and quit it no mo. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why I got all I don't know, maybe somebody like the King of Wands or of the Jack of Cups, the Page or Knight of Cups. You know, maybe one of them listens to like rap or something. Uh Very specifically like old rap, 90s, 2000s. I queued up some old rap this morning, so I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head. Um, let's see. Okay, so we've got one warning. I knew I needed to peek in here for any sort of warnings. The reason that this 5 weeks or 5 months, I'm definitely getting more 5 months, not 5 weeks. This King of Wands could possibly be pretty forceful. Um, they're not used to hearing the word no. And they're also not necessarily very patient. So, if you are the Page or Knight of Cups in this situation, just be careful that you are tying it back into gratitude. Be careful that you are continuing to feel appreciated, and vice versa. Um, if if you wake up 2 weeks from the day that you meet this person and you're no longer really grateful that they're around, i.e., they're not necessarily contributing anything beneficial to your life, then you know that it was spontaneous, and that can be fun, but it's not cut out for the long haul. And, more and more I'm getting to the point where I see value in both. I see value in relationships that are gonna last, and I see equal value in relationships that are only meant to last a short little while. Sometimes they have the greatest lessons to teach us. So, until next time, be well, be you.